Welcome to this video series, the first one in the series of The Way of Beauty. My name is David Clayton. Whether you're watching this on your own or as part of a group, the purpose of these videos is simple: to guide you step by step in conjunction with all the written resources which go with each video through a proven process that helps you discover your true personal vocation, your unique calling, and with God's help, choose lasting happiness and also be creative and fruitful in what you do. These should be watched in conjunction with the notes, as we mentioned, and written materials, which will be, it'll be very clearly structured in the notes. Each video is associated with an 18-lesson curriculum, which can also be downloaded. So, for example, you'll see in the list of videos that video 1 is associated with week 1 in the curriculum. Now, this curriculum serves both as a plan for learning for a group, which could be an after-school program or a school class, or a group that is just working their way through it together. It doesn't need to be at a school, and gives also, therefore, the basis for individual study. You can use this as a sort of lesson plan for yourself. So this would work well, we hope, if you don't have access to a mentor. Having a mentor is the best thing to take if you want to go through this, but not everybody can have access to one. So we think this curriculum will help. It therefore will be a good thing for those who want to lead an after-school program or a school class to go through individually so that they are prepared then subsequently to lead the group. So what exactly is the way of beauty? The best introduction to this is in the preamble, which we read at the start of each weekly Way of Beauty meeting. Here it is. The way of beauty is the name we give to a process through which we, who have discovered our true calling in life, our personal vocation, have discovered that the great truth is that with God's help, we can actually choose to be happy rather than to be miserable. Our goal is to become the people God intended us to be and to live lives that are joyful, creative, and beautiful. These groups exist to present the process to those who have completed it, through those who have completed it, to support those who are beginning, and to help all of us stay accountable and turn these practices into lifelong habits. That's the heart of it. We get together, we work, we discuss the process, we talk about how we do it. Those who have experience through doing that, just referring to their own experience, then help to instruct and guide indirectly, so to speak, those who are learning. The core practices we recommend are the same for everyone. Daily prayer and meditation, this is the first one, plus a simple routine, which is laid out in the book and in the handouts. Weekly voluntary service, helping others who can't pay you back, ideally, but of course we always want to be helping others, whether we know them or not, whether they can give back to us or not. But in this commitment, we volunteer to help others and we sacrifice time. This is a pure gift that we can offer to others, and it transforms us more than we can imagine. However much help we are to others, it transforms us. And 3, a weekly creative pursuit of your choice. Art, music, gardening, woodworking, anything that has as its goal making something beautiful, and do it regularly, if not weekly, certainly on a regular basis as best you can. And the important thing here is talent is not required. It's about doing our best and doing something which we enjoy and we get satisfaction from. Because ultimately, that creativity that it instills and openness to God's inspiration, if we're trying to produce something beautiful, that will then inform what it is we are meant to do, those things that we do have talent for, which may not be artistic, but nevertheless, all things can be done gracefully and in that sense, beautifully. And fourth, the regular worship of God. In addition to the prayer routine and the daily prayers and the meditation, we recommend Sunday worship and ideally the praying of the Psalms every day as well. The Psalms prepare us for Sunday worship and then help us to carry out into the world what we receive on Sunday and into the rest of the week and into our daily work. The phrase has been used by the church that the regular reading of the Psalms as part of the Liturgy of the Hours helps us to sanctify the day. So that's what we're looking for here. And so help us, therefore, to achieve this aim of living gracefully and therefore joyfully in everything that we do. These practices rest on three pillars. First, as we've mentioned, the discernment of your personal vocation. This is the main work of the book, which is one of the core texts called The Vision for You. Second, awakening and developing your God-given creativity through that weekly creative pursuit. Even if your vocation isn't art or music, I want to stress this again, this habit opens you up to inspiration that will flow into whatever it is you are called to do. Third, the worship of God, as we've mentioned, and we want to emphasize this again. Everything beautiful and good comes from him and leads back to him. And so worship is both the highest human activity we can engage in and the source of joy in our lives. In the Christian life, all that we do that is good contributes to, outside the liturgy, outside our worship, that is, contributes to our capacity to worship God, feeds into it, and at the same time, it is derived from it. What we receive from our worship informs and elevates all else that we do. God helps us through that encounter in the liturgy and in our worship to elevate, and he guides us to in our work, in our daily work, however mundane. This effectively then becomes a positive feedback loop. The more good we do, the better we worship, the more good we do, and so on. That's putting it very simply, and we could nuance it more, but broadly speaking, that is the simple process. The best way to begin, therefore, is with the book, The Vision for You, and then just systematically working your way through these videos. If you feel like just taking a gap and reading through the book and then coming back to the systematic working through the process, that might be a good thing to do. Just get yourself acquainted with the text. Don't worry about doing anything at this time, but if you can just be aware of what is coming, then as you go through it systematically through the visions and through the videos and the curriculum, you'll find that it helps. There are two versions of this book, a short version we call a workshop manual. This is just the process itself without any deep explanation. It just explains what's necessary to do it. Perfect for beginners if you have other people helping you and explaining to you what to do and the capacity to ask questions. And we hope that it will work also in conjunction with these videos and the materials that come with it. There is also the longer version, which includes much more explanation, anticipates many, many of the questions that you get, and also my own story. And this really is for those who are inclined to try and understand what is going on. Many people want to get a deeper view before they decide to commit, in which case this would be a good one for you. Either of these are great, and hopefully in the long run you will look at both. Both links to both, by the way, they're available on Amazon or in the description, in the notes. We do strongly recommend that you find a mentor. One-on-one guidance makes an enormous difference, not simply because it helps to, if you've got someone who has the experience of it and can tell you precisely what they did to help you to do it, but this personal connection is something that really is an expression of love. One person helping and guiding another, and another being open to guidance. This is one giving of themselves and another receiving. And then that the person who receives then carries on in that dynamic in the future, we hope, in that they will go on and help others. And participating in that dynamic of love, which ultimately is nourished by a connection with God, is the transforming principle that is supernatural, and really gives it its great power. Having said that, God is not restricted by any process, and he will help those who are sincere and want to be helped. The fellowship and gentle accountability of a weekly group can be great. If wherever possible, try to join one, because that fellowship can help to carry us forward. Many people, we have found, like to go to the group first and allow the fellowship to guide them into the basic foundational principles and start to practice those really just by going to the group and then working on their own. That's great. And what we found is that subsequently then those people might decide at a later date to get a mentor and go into the process more deeply. In the end, God will help you if you are sincere about wanting to do this, and we just make use of whatever resources are available to us. Ultimately, these habits that we're describing do something wonderful. They make us less and less dependent on external circumstances for our happiness and more dependent upon God. We may know intellectually, we may have grasped the idea that God is the source of our happiness. It's one thing to know it, but it's another actually then to practice it. And these habits allow us to take that knowledge and apply it in our lives so that it becomes natural to us. I mean, we're elevated supernaturally if God is involved, but ultimately it feels then like a new nature, a new process that just comes to us instinctively more and more. It's a work in progress all the time. So your next steps are get the book, we suggest, read as much as you want before you go on through the process, or let the process guide you through the book as you go through the videos and the downloadable materials. Keep watching this series of videos. That's what we say. We'll walk through everything together as best we can. And if you'd like a mentor, connect with a group, reach out to me anytime. We'll do our best to link you up with either or both. We can't promise anything. We're not a huge network at this time. We have great hopes for the future, but I'll do my best. And at the very least, you can connect with me and I can answer some questions at a distance. That would be the worst that would happen. But ideally, we'd connect you with somebody locally. And then look at the show notes for other links and resources for information, including, for example, the preamble mentioned, the curriculum mentioned. These will be available to you. That's it for now. Enjoy the journey and welcome to the way of beauty.